Welcome, everyone, to episode 14 of the official podcast for Guardian 1, a Destiny group dedicated to the prosperity of Guardians everywhere. We broadcast live Thursdays at 8 Pacific, 11 Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/Guardian1 Network. My name is Remy, and tonight I am joined by River.
Noob!
Crimson Warlock. Hey, guys, what's going on? I'm totally not here yet, but I'll be here soon. Jez.
We must destroy their machine god.
And Agrios and Dendros.
Greetings.
We are going to be talking about all things Destiny, but first, housekeeping.
All right, guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. However it is that you choose to listen, be sure to follow Guardian1 on Twitter at G1Net. That's G1NET. And just a reminder, the Twitter account is the only instance where we use the number 1. So again, that's G, the number 1, NET. In addition, be sure to check out the Guardian1 website at guardian1.net. I'm sorry, my wife is just... sorry. Thanks, babe. She's... Anyways.
Wow.
Totally jacked me out.
I think we lost him.
I think probably for good reason.
Sorry. In addition, be sure to check out the Guardian1 website at guardian1.net. Babe, go away. No, stop it. Sorry, this is very professional. All right. You can also send us feedback at our email, feedback@guardian1.net. We also have a Bungie.net forums group, and we're currently at 111 members. If you want to join, just search for the search for the group. Guardian1 has its own clan, so if you want to join the Guardian1 clan, just select the buttons that say set as PlayStation clan or set as Xbox clan. After you join the group, the forum for content and feedback, so be sure to join the conversations going on there. Thank you to all those currently in the Twitch chat. As Remy said at the top of the podcast, you can watch the show live at twitch.tv/Guardian1 Network. Broadcast every Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, except for today. You guys changed that up on me. So 11 p.m. Eastern is today, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Can't catch the show live, you can always go to the Guardian1 YouTube channel at youtube.com/Guardian1 Network. Guardian1 is a proud member of the Guardian Radio Network, so be sure to check out the Guardian Radio Network website at theguardiansofdestiny.com. There you'll find all the different podcasts that's part of the network, including the flagship podcast, Guardian Radio. They broadcast every Monday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/Guardian Radio. You can also follow their Twitter account at Guardians of D and their YouTube channel, youtube.com/Guardian Radio. Other podcasts include Warlock School, which is the comedy Destiny podcast that's for the mature listeners. There's also the DoD podcast featuring the Dads of Destiny. TTL Party Chat, which is hosted by the Tide the Leader clan, of which Bungie's community manager, Deej, is a member. TTL isn't Destiny exclusive, but it's a great way to get insight into the different nuances involved with running a large clan across many different games and platforms. And finally, you can tune into Ghosts and Echoes, which is the fan-made audio drama produced by Greg Hardgrove of Guardian Radio. And just a reminder, Guardian1 is participating in the Destiny Community Extra Life campaign. Right now, we smashed that $7,000 goal, and we're currently at $7,617 in support of Seattle Children's Hospital, of which Bungie themselves is a proud supporter. If you want to donate to the cause, be sure to go to extra-life.org and search for Destiny Community. The 24-hour live stream will be starting at 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific on the 25th of October at twitch.tv/Destiny_fans_give_back. That's a mouthful. A ton of people from the Destiny community are participating, such as Guardian Radio, HD Dispatch, Dado Does Destiny, Rated M for Podcasts, Bungie Informer, Stretch of Destiny, TTL, Destiny In Depth, and the Dames of Destiny. If you're listening to the podcast, I, SDF River, will be taking a 3-hour block for Guardian 1, and that will be starting at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific, Sunday morning. That's October the 26th. During the entire 24 hours, we'll be giving out prizes to those who are able to answer some quiz questions, as well as those who have donated. So if you want the best chance to win some of these prizes, you'll need to donate and watch the stream. Some of the prizes that we're giving away, I know we're giving out 2 Ghost editions of Destiny, 2 Legendary Guardian editions. Is that right? That's what they're called, right? Of Destiny, and some Destiny water bottles, just to name a few of the stuff that's given away. During my block, I'll also be giving out some stuff that's not part of the pool. So if you guys want something from there, I might even toss in this Destiny poster that I actually got from Fraser once. It's actually a Titan poster, so I was thinking about giving that away. And that's about it. Start us up, Remy.
Man, thank you very much, River.
Yeah, no problem.
Bife was supposed to give me a Titan poster. Like he got a bunch of sweet stuff, and I said, "Hey, what do I got to do to get that Titan poster?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." And all empty promises.
hey, last time we had the Extra Life campaign, I actually won a Buy for Life T-shirt, and I have yet to receive that T-shirt.
Awesome.
Wait, same.
Oh yeah, you too.
It was on until
it's
it's
all Watts' fault, man. Freaking Watts. Bife is telling me Watts is supposed to be sending that on over, and Watts even got my shirt size. So now we're just waiting.
It's the waiting game.
It's the waiting game.
We'll wait until November.
What, 2018?
Right. So I want to start things off by asking you all if it's real to you yet, if having Destiny out and playable at at best any point in time, or do you find yourself still thinking that it's yet to come out? Because I was doing some kind of mundane chores, and I thought to myself, well, luckily Destiny's not out yet, so it's not like I'm missing out on that. And then I stopped myself and I thought, no, Destiny is out. It is out right now. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? And what I was doing was making it livable. You don't do chores in the house with the person you live. They don't like you very much. But is it real to you? Has it because I've been talking about Destiny forever. I've been thinking about Destiny forever. It's going to be a long, long time before Destiny has been out, longer than I have been talking about it and wanting to play with it. So why don't we start at the top right here with River? Is it real to you yet, River? Like, do you know all the time that it's out there and you could be playing it, or is it sometimes you slip and you think, nah, it's not out, and it totally is?
Nah. It's a constant reminder all the time, and the tough part is trying to incorporate it with all the other responsibilities as adults have. So yeah, that's it. It's always there. It's always saying, "River, come back here, River."
We float.
Yeah.
We all float.
So I don't know what happened to you, Remy. I think maybe that's just age, man. Getting old.
You know what it is? It's like a self-defense mechanism. Like, this isn't really happening. I'm not really not playing Destiny right now. Like,
I'm not playing Destiny right now, so I'm going to imagine that I can't play Destiny. It's going to make it all better.
Right? Exactly, Jez. Well, what about you, Jez? Are you living in reality? The reality that the Destiny is out, and given the best case scenario, you could just play it at the drop of a hat?
It's probably quite past that point. I never really had the sudden realization, hey, this game's not going to get taken away from us, and like that lasted the first couple weeks, but it's quite far gone by now. I'm quite grounded and quite eyes forward now.
Awesome.
To what's coming out and what next Destiny chapters are coming out, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. What about you, Agrios? You're living in this world, Destiny's out, and everything's cool, or what?
Oh yeah, Destiny is very, very much out in my world. I can see what you're saying about the whole used it for so long. Like I know myself. Once I got into following Destiny, other games that were already out just weren't like living up to it. Like I play them here and there a little bit in that, but then I go back online and join in discussion, trying to hunt little slivers of information about Destiny before it came out. And you just do that for so long that it becomes like the default mindset. Like when you were saying you were doing something mundane that you weren't thinking about. So you had been for so long in that mindset of, well, I can tolerate doing this because I get to anticipate the awesomeness of Destiny coming. That, I mean, it takes a while to break that. It's a habit you formed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Too
with
true.
all that put into Destiny, it's very real to me.
Awesome. Awesome. I wonder when it will be real to me. I wonder when I'll think to myself, just right off the bat, what am I doing with my life? I should be playing Destiny. You know what though? I saw Hegemony was talking about he was having to play something else before he gets bored with Destiny. And I had just made the announcement that I had passed 200 hours into Destiny through the 6 accounts that I'm playing, and he said that he had played 300 hours. And so I think that for me, part of it not being real yet is that I haven't had a chance to burn myself out on it. Like I haven't had a chance to just play it until I'm just so sick of it that I just couldn't fathom another strike or another patrol. Like I've gotten 3 times to the point to where I said to myself, I could go do something else right now. Like if there was laundry to be done or something like this, I could move along with my day because I felt like I had gotten somewhere and done something. But I've never once have gotten to the point where I just said I can't play this anymore because I'm going to burn out on it. And I feel good about that. I feel good about that. Have any of you guys had a chance to just burn out on it and you just have to go do something else?
I've got burnt out in a day on it, but not like totally.
Yeah. What about you, Jez?
I tend to, with every game I play, it tends to go like in a very circular pattern where I'll get burnt out, then I'll want to play, then I'll get burnt out, then I'll want to play. So it's quite back and forth.
I see. And what about you, Warlock? Have you come to terms with the fact that Destiny is just out and you can play it? I was retelling a story for everyone where I forgot that Destiny was out and I was trying to console myself about having to do mundane tasks by telling myself that it wasn't out yet and it wasn't even a big deal. And then I remembered that it was out. Is it real to you yet, Warlock?
Oh, it's definitely real. I've immersed myself probably too much in the Destiny world. I have withdrawals at work, and part of that's my own fault because I watch streamers. But as to like burning out, I'm almost to the point where, because of my time limitations, if I can get my daily done on 2 characters and raid at least once and do the weekly and the nightfall on 1 character, like, I feel good. I just don't have time to play as much as I want to, but even sometimes getting the dailies done is a chore, but it's a chore that I look forward to.
Yeah, I hear that. Getting those dailies done is important. I am right now trying to get my dailies done with, well, not right this second, but moving through moving throughout time. I'm trying to get the dailies done with 6 characters, and it's if you can get the rhythm down for the public events, it actually moves along really quickly, and it takes no time at all. Other times you could miss the whole cycle by a minute, and then you're just standing around and you think you could have just done a strike. What the hell? But yeah, so let's go to news. Let's see what's happened since last week. Also, I do want to ask everybody what they got from Zor, if anybody picked up Truth, and if it's awesome. I'm having buyer's remorse from not buying Icebreaker, and I also did not buy Truth, so I'm interested in hearing about that. But let's go to Agrios and find out what happened in this week.
All right. Well, this week on Top of the Tower, we will start with Zur, because you were already going there. He of course had Truth. It was a rocket launcher for 17 strange coins. And it, of course, has proximity explosions and aggressively tracks its targets as its two main perks. Let's show a hand, so to speak. Who all here picked up Truth? I did.
I think it was my first exotic, so I didn't pick it up.
Interesting.
Yeah, Truth was my first exotic. I got it from a purple engram before the patch.
Awesome.
What about you, River?
Nope.
No
I'm
and no.
waiting. No. I want the heavy machine gun.
Oh,
I
interesting.
don't like the rocket launchers this time around.
I'm curious to know what aggressively seeks its target means, because the Yellowhorn seeks its targets, but it doesn't say it aggressively seeks its targets. Like, are we talking like a 90-degree angle or what?
No, it could be.
It's pretty good. Like you can be facing a strike boss and shoot it almost vertically from where you're at, and it'll go towards it. It's pretty good.
Well,
Wow.
I think it's like laser guided a bit. Like you actually have to aim at it, and it'll start beeping to do super crazy trick shots with it. But it kind of just does it like Gallahorn if you aim and run away.
Interesting.
It's a weird one.
I like it. Agrias?
Now, as far as the question you posed before, I don't think it's anywhere near as a crucial weapon as Icebreaker is by a long shot.
Gotcha.
I definitely think it's a more of a preferential type thing, and I mean, I like it a lot too, but there's so many other exotics that I might run in a setup alternative to it. Whereas Icebreaker has its particular niches where it is the only acceptable weapon for that niche.
Interesting.
I agree with you.
And
I mean, when you're comparing like Truth to Yellowhorn, that's quite preferential. Although personally, I'd say you'd want to get Yellowhorn over Truth, but Truth is a really good rocket launcher.
Gotcha. Awesome.
then continuing with his inventory, he had the armamentarium for the Titan. That's a chest piece, and it seems quite popular. Now, I haven't leveled up a Titan yet myself, but I mean, the extra grenade right there seems like a no-brainer for me. You guys have any input on that?
An extra grenade is very versatile, and I picked it up, of course.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up. I wanted to, but I've already got the Crest of the Alpha Loopy that I'm not using because I'm already using a collection of exotic helmets for my Titan. So I almost picked it up because the idea of an extra grenade is really, really awesome. But I didn't want to. I'm ready to get my raid gear going on, so I didn't want to put more effort into that. Right now, I'm sitting on 63 strange coins, and I'm ready for Zur to get here tonight. I want an exotic I want an exotic all rifle. Anyone
Everyone's
else?
hoping for hard light.
Right, hard light would be cool. I would take.
Or
that.
not, sorry. I was thinking randomly. Everyone's hoping for last word. I can't think today.
First word, last word.
First shot, last word. Is that how it goes?
I think I was thinking first light. Somehow.
I would honestly go to say that when it comes to exotics, I would prefer to have the helmet, because the helmet, in a lot of instances, seems to be the most versatile. But when you're looking at costs for items, helmet is always the most expensive, and it usually has the highest stat ratings. So when it comes to exotics, I try and keep a helmet, but I certainly wouldn't mind changing my exotics for full raid gear.
Right.
Well, it's the only items that affect your super meter, right?
What are helmets?
The helmets, yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, all helmets have like the little abilities that, like, let's say, increases your super with certain type
Like
of
grenade
kills. Like,
power.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's helmets are the only ones, but legendary helmets could get that too. But I think helmets are the most sought after just because the only way to get a raid quality helmet is to finish hard mode Atheon.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're definitely the most key exotic to pick up at least one of if you're attempting to hit 30, because otherwise you're going to have to complete hard mode to get that raid gear helm first.
Gotcha.
Moving on, we have the Arcliphage symbiote helmet for the hunter.
Acleophage.
Acleophage? Yeah, sure.
Good enough answer.
Yeah. Add an extra R in there, But has anyone picked that up? I myself, once again, my hunter's still low level. I've been concentrating on my warlock right now, so that there's another item I haven't had the chance to have any time with.
Yeah, pick that up as well. For full disclosure, I also picked up the last one.
Well, I got that one. I fortunately picked it up from an exotic engram in the weeks before Xur carrying it. Light Beyond Nemesis for the warlock. And finally, we were happy to get a new piece for the warlocks, something that hasn't been recycled again already. Anybody else with the Light Beyond Nemesis?
Yep.
Well, we know you.
Yeah.
All right, so how many coins are you sitting on right now, Jez? Like, are you ready for him to show up? And how did you get all those? Like,
I think I still have about 20, but I'm also running out of exotics that I don't need. So it's kind of getting to the point where the coins are going to be worthless.
I see. How did you get so many in the first place?
Well, I have 3 characters, and they were basically 20 by the second week, and they were Nightfall ready by the 3rd week. So I've been running the Nightfall and the weekly every week, and 27 coins a week is a lot when you're
Awesome.
also getting coins from other places.
That's way awesome. So are you doing these Nightfalls solo, or are you taking other people with you?
Nightfalls I'll generally do solo, or I'll call in people at the last minute just to kind of share the credit rather than do it selfishly. But like weeklies are actually harder than Nightfalls now, just because there's no arc burn or any type of burn on it that makes it easy.
Ooh, and they'd had them before or no?
Well, randomly the weeklies will, but it's just the weeklies are just level 28 mobs, whereas everything on the Nightfall is going to be hitting slightly less or slightly more, but you're also doing twice the amount of damage, so it's much quicker, much faster, much easier.
Well, this actually leads right into my next news topic: is that the weekly heroic and the Nightfall strike this week is in fact the Summoning Pit, and there's arc burn in the Nightfall this week. Datto was managed to solo the Nightfall in 9 minutes 47 seconds, which is astounding. And I got into this discussion several times in the past couple days, and I was wondering what you guys thought about it. I've had a lot of people tell me that they find the weekly heroic on level 28 more difficult than the Nightfall, even for this week's. And myself, I feel the opposite of that. Like, my main problem was getting, say I was trying to solo the Nightfall, would be getting too close and getting one-hitted, basically, by those wizards and whatnot, and taking the damage. I don't seem to have too much problem dropping the enemies that I need the arc burn to work for me, as much as it's hurting me when I try to go through myself.
Interesting. Yeah, it was.
Nightfall is a little bit. I'm not gonna say it's harder. It's just more prone to get hit really quickly because those wizards are really quick with their abilities.
And then there's Light Switch, right?
Yeah. So anything gets close to you in a Nightfall, you're dead.
I almost didn't even run the Nightfall last week, but Dato had put up a video explaining, basically just take your time and inch forward and do a lot of void damage. And watching him do it, I thought, you know what, I can totally do that. And I made it through, and I felt great. And then this week's was the Summoning Pit, and that's just, I don't know, that's just a rough one for me. Fogoth has an insane amount of hit points. But doing it solo is almost even better than doing it in a group because of how the enemies scale with the more people that you have. Like, I think I did one of the weeklies that did have, I think it was Solar Burn, and it was the Nexus, and I got to the end guy, and then I just unleashed all of my Yellowhorn on it, and then within the first 10 seconds it was dead, and I thought, this is how you do this. You gotta go in and strike hard and strike first. But then this week he was talking about he has an arc dealing primary, and I thought, that's what I want. I want a primary that does some kind of additional elemental damage. So I'm looking forward to Raid on Hard. I really want that Atheon's prologue. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Atheon's Epilogue, Fatebringer, and Vision Confluence are 3 guns that you really want to have on you, because it's all 3 of the different types, and they're really good on their own. Well, Atheon's Epilogue's only really good on on Void Burn and Oracles, but it's still a good gun to have.
Is it fun to play with? Is it fun to shoot?
Well, it's like a laser that's really inaccurate.
What?
Kind of all over the place, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless you... like, at the end of the magazine, when the ability starts kicking in, that as the longer you hold the trigger down, the more stable it is. It's kind of all over the place at the start of the magazine. It is a auto rifle, after all. It's got the fire that you can on an auto rifle.
It has the void coloring to the bullets, so it has a very laser-looking effect.
Purple lasers.
Right. But it has that patterned spray of... You just normally can't see it so well because they're not purple.
Yeah. It's like a shotgun that takes 5 seconds to shoot.
All the pellet.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want it.
Awesome. Going from there, we have the weekly update from last week, which was basically the hotfix aftermath, where they admitted that their adjustments to the Mytho class were not what they intended, especially for PvE. And they have a series of goals that they intend to stick to make that weapon what they always envisioned for it. They want it to be a trophy weapon. They want it to be usable in the next raid, the whole way through the next raid in Destiny. But they don't want there to be any one single answer, one single exotic that is the answer to everything is their goal. So they basically set forth a series of potential fixes that are going to come soon. It is just the only estimation we have at the moment there, but they still want players to be happy with that. Many people with the Mytho class still say it's a very viable gun, but they're obviously disappointed compared to what it used to be. Anybody here with the Mytho class have anything to say about that?
I do not.
It's a fun
have
gun.
the Mytho class.
What's fun about it, Jez?
It's kind of like Vision of Confluence. It's that patoo type of thing. That doesn't make any sense, and that was a stupid noise. But it's like a really, really slow. Well, I say really slow, but it's still quite fast. Auto rifle that's just kind of fun to be able to let go of the trigger in between the shots if you have to. And sorry if you heard my cat.
That was awesome.
Meow.
It's telling you it's time for dinner.
Huh.
It's been a week now with the other changes to the weapons, the adjustments to the hand cannons and scout rifles, as well as the rebalancing of the auto rifles. Has it noticeably affected your play?
I don't use the Mythoclast anymore.
So yes,
Well,
is that what you're saying?
not really. I used it once in a while in PvP just because it was overpowered, and I'm not even gonna hold back. That was overpowered, but
Sure.
I much prefer my Vision of Confluence for everything else. Actually,
Interesting.
Scout rifles are my type of gun.
Interesting.
So, Jez, would you still use the Mythoclast on Soulburn missions, though, over your Vision of Confluence?
No, probably not. Cause I'm much more. It's much more accurate. The Vision of Confluence is much more accurate, and it's got a lot more. Well, can't say it has a lot more, but it's got quite a few bullets in the magazine. They hit roughly the same amount now, so it's almost preference. But I just prefer the Scout Rifle. It's much more. The timing is much more better. Much more better. Yeah.
So then in your expert opinion, Jez, would you say it was like patoo, patoo, patoo?
No, the Scout Rifle is more of a ticket.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
The
So
Mythoclast has a weird noise to it. If you've ever heard it in PvP, it's weird.
I don't know that I've ever seen it,
That's for sure.
and that makes me happy. I'm glad that I don't think that I've ever seen it. So what you're saying is when you were playing with this in PvP, that it was actually you felt bad for the person on the other side. Like, is that how overpowered it was?
I didn't
Like, you
feel
thought to yourself-
that bad.
you
I'm
thought to yourself,
slightly
"Man,
sociopathic,
You're
but
such a jerk.
no, it's more along the lines of I'm terrible in PvP anyways. So it's like it brings me closer to a competitive edge for me. It's like a handicap. But they buffed Scout Rifles, so it's much better now. Like, I'm just terrible with auto rifle because I can get like 4 shots off on someone quite accurately, and then it starts to go all over the place. So Scout Rifles and hand cannons are much more my thing, and Scout Rifles more so because it's the longer range is much needed for my style of play.
You know, with your cat purring in the background, I just imagine you like Dr. Evil.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of too.
Especially he's talking about reigning terror in the PvP, even though he's not the best player. Take it out on the weekends.
So, moving on with the weekly update, the next main portion of the past weekly update is no more Atheon cheese, or at least an attempt at no more Atheon cheese. Baby bumpers and random teleports. Oh my!
Like they said in Jurassic Park, life finds a way. Someone will find something.
Nice one.
Indeed.
Did anyone here have a chance to use those exploits before they were patched? Did you guys, Jez, did you get a chance to bump off Atheon?
I don't
Literally?
think they're patched yet, are they?
No, they're not patched yet. Just the
No,
Templar.
yeah.
The Templar battle's the only one patched so far.
Oh, no, that wasn't patched. That was if you're talking about the video where it teleported back up. He lands on a ledge sometimes and will teleport back up to the top. So they
Interesting.
just cheesed it badly.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've beaten Atheon properly every time I've finished the raid, but I've yet to be in a raid where we kill the Templar properly. We've always cheesed it, so I'm
Man,
waiting to get that group that can beat the Templar properly.
We beat the Templar properly on Saturday.
yeah, we beat the Templar properly on Saturday, and it was awesome. Like it was like a well-oiled machine. And I feel like I understand why there's not matchmaking for raids. You know, like if you even have one person who's not following a specific pattern, everything can just start over. The whole team wipes. But it was awesome. I'm really looking forward to this Saturday. And as soon as everybody gets up to level 29, like I wanna start hitting that hard raid. Like I think that I'm gonna find what I need there.
We keep having the issue that every time we try to do a flawless raider run, there's a bug that things just really start to glitch out on us.
If you haven't died yet.
Yeah. So, if you want a flawless raid, die.
Interesting. That sucks.
No, it seems to happen enough that we don't try that often.
Crazy.
That's really depressing.
Right? There, you don't get anything more as other special than just that trophy, right?
Yeah,
You're
it's
not,
just for the trophy.
Yeah, you're not locked out behind some weapons. Or
Well,
something.
we're also looking to see if doing a flawless run will net you another chest that's just after the jumping puzzle, but no confirmation yet.
Interesting.
'Cause
Interesting.
I don't know if you've ever looked after the jumping puzzle, but there's this platform much like that hidden one that they found where if you block all the teleports, there's a chest. There's another platform that looks like it off to the left of the jumping puzzle, but there's never any chest there, so.
I think that's that thing I was pointing at you with, Remy, the one time and said, what is that contraption over there?
Uh-huh. We should have checked it out.
Well,
I think, like they
fun.
said, you have to do something to make the chest spawn there. Like, for instance, in the Templar battle, how you have to beat him without letting him teleport. That there's something in the Atheon battle, you have to do it without X happening, and then something might spawn there, is the idea.
So then my question is, can you or can you not jump to it if you haven't, like will we still be able to jump out to it if we haven't triggered that chest, or is the whole thing blocked off because you haven't triggered the chest? Because I was going to jump out to it anyways, but we had already started the match.
I'm gonna teach you something that you probably won't know just by not exploring, but if you go off to the left, there's a cave, like at the top of the jumping puzzle. If you go off to the left, there's a cave that will take you a short distance, and then that will start spawning an extra set of teleporting platforms that lead to the chest.
Right. Yeah, that's what's interesting. I was hoping that's
cool.
going with that.
So the only way they spawn is if you go that direction. So it's like, why put those platforms there if nothing's ever there?
Totally.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that there's still more that we haven't explored. Like, the raid is just insane. I wish that there was a way to just go in and explore. Like, I would love to just spend time exploring and not feel like I'm wasting 5 other people's times while I'm doing it. Hold on, guys. I want to climb up this rock formation. You know? Just chill out.
It's funny how the raid, when you go through it, it seems so linear, but at the first chest, like just as you get in there, if you jump down underneath of the platform that the chest is on, there's another hole that leads to Templar a different direction. It makes no sense why there's so many different ways to get to one place with no reward for going the opposite way.
So that you get lost.
Yeah, pretty much.
I kind of noticed that, like, when you first start to drop down long ways and then you go to that one chest, I've stopped on a ledge that said, here is the Gorgon's maze, like, go through this door to begin this maze, but everybody kept going down, so it was everybody jumped down this giant hole, and then we got to this chest, and then we got back to, like, what I believed was that same door that said, here is the Gorgon's maze. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking? Is this a special way down to the Gorgon's maze? That you're
Good
talking
question. Agrios,
He's
was
talking
that the
about
special one?
when you jump down the Spirit Bloom chest hole, and we go down that
Yeah.
way and eventually make it to the chest at the bottom of that. Halfway down, there's a landing you can get on and another tunnel you can go down off to the side. And if you go down it, you can actually end up getting marked and stuff. And then walk
weird.
back up to the path where you drop down to the chest with everybody else.
I don't
Because-
remember that actually,
Because that's
all
a
I know
huge
is-
amount of space.
yeah, all I know is the halfway down that same tunnel is the fifth chest that we found that was the one for blocking teleports.
See, I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of that, because I've never blocked the teleports and had to look for that chest logistically. So we've never taken the time to stop and find that exact spot on the way down the shaft.
Well, it's a very, very easy to spot because it's got the round platform with the ring around the top. Just it looks like something should be there, so you'll know if you're there.
I think I found that
if you're
spot.
not looking for it, like, you can miss it super easily at the same time. Like, if you're not really looking for it and just falling down, you'll miss it.
I totally found that spot. I totally found that spot, and I thought exactly what you just said, Jez. I thought there should be something here, and there wasn't. And so what do you have to do to trigger that? You have to stop him from teleporting?
Yeah, like when he's teleporting, there's these rings that show up, and you have to stand on it. Standing on it for a couple seconds will turn it white, and then he'll choose a different teleport spot. And he'll also send an extra set of minotaurs your way, so it gets progressively harder. Also, he shoots faster if you stop teleports.
Awesome. But he also has his shields dropped that whole time, right?
Right, he's stuck in one position, and his shields are dropped, so...
Man, so if you have a good spot to sit, and you can just unload on him, then that would be a pretty quick way of going about it.
Right, Defender Titans are the best.
I like it. I agree.
Oh, they just sit in the spot, and they put up their bubble, and they don't get shot at by Templar.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm going to do that next time. Let's do that next time, guys.
It is rough, even on normal mode, so good luck.
I can do it. We can do it. And so what's in this chest? What's in this magical chest?
More shards and more energy.
It's a standard raid chest, so anything you could get from bosses or from the chests themselves, you could get. So likely you're going to do energy, but you could get a raid gear piece or something.
I don't know. I've only done it once.
Just shards and energy, to be honest. I've never seen anything else come out of that chest.
How many times have you gone through the raid, Crimson?
I've completed it twice, and I've been with two other groups that weren't able to get through the maze, and that was extremely frustrating.
Crazy. Couldn't get through the maze. I don't know.
That's when you tell them to all go to orbit, and you'll do the maze, then they can join up on you when you get to the jumping puzzle.
That's not bad.
Look it up on YouTube.
Oh no, we knew the path. Just no one could stick together or get away from Gorgons fast enough.
Yeah, we
spent an hour in there knowing the path, and it was so frustrating.
Yeah, because even when you were with us, we made it through that maze. I think that we didn't make it past Atheon, though, right?
No, right.
Yeah, we didn't get that far.
Crazy.
That's when we were still going through mostly blind. Like, one person would know what was going on, but the rest of us were all going through blind for the experience, in quotes, you know?
Yeah. A little off subject, but I had to turn off both of the end level bonuses that the Titans have, where the screen changes color, like when you bust out that shield. I had to turn it off because it was too distracting. Does anybody else feel that some of the like when you have a power activated, that it's just too much? Like, because I feel like when you head into an area that has the it says, respawning restricted, I feel like that thing goes on for way too long and it's way too distracting. Does anybody else feel that way?
Agreed.
Yeah.
I always freak out when we get Time's Vengeance in the raid, because I think we all just got marked. Because they seem too similar to me, so I always freak out whenever Time's Vengeance is on, because I'm like, how did we... Oh, okay, we're not marked. Okay, good.
Like, they need to, especially for Titans, when you got the shoulder charge and the shoulder bubble juggernaut, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
They impair your vision a lot, especially if you're going through Gorgon's maze and there's this little tiny, completely dark hole that you got to get into, but everything's blue.
Right? Right, and that actually leads to my very next want in this game. Like, not only do I need that to be lightened up or changed so it doesn't impair my vision, but God damn it, I will really need to be able to turn on my light. Like, I need to be able to turn on that ghost light. Like, there's just been so many times where just being able to turn on the light would make life so much easier. Like, it's strange what little cubby holes that the ghost decides to turn on for, because it doesn't turn on for all of them. Does anybody else feel the same way on that?
Actually, backing up for just a second first, I want to say that I would like to see a lot more buffs show up as buffs in the lower corner, just like Chain of Woe and all that with the timer, because it's so annoying to be running with the shoulder charge and it running out a second before I press a button and nothing happened.
That's a really good call. That is a really good call.
I disagree with that.
Go on.
I disagree with that. I think that's
deaths?
I think that it's as part of the class that you pick and the abilities that you pick. It's up to you to mentally time yourself, and that's part of the skill part.
Interesting. So maybe we should do that with the golden gun too. Like, we'll take down that countdown, so you don't know when your last shot could be. Like that seems like if we can't have a timer for how long you're going to be able to do that. Like, I agree with you.
I never even pay attention I never pay attention to the bar that's going down. I fire off my 4 shots, and if I just happen to run out of time, that's my own fault.
Do you use Gunslinger's Trance or Chain of Woe?
I don't know.
I
honestly don't know.
Always the precision kills give you reload speed, and Gunslinger's Trance makes your guns more stable with precision kills.
I might have the one that gives you more accuracy. Let me check my companion.
So
that'll tell me.
Do you use Blade Dancer a lot, or do you use that golden gun, the gunslinger?
Was that to Jez or me?
That was to you.
Oh, that was to me. Oh, lately I've been using the golden gun. I honestly really like Blade Dancer, but I think using that golden gun in PvP is probably a better bet because of its longer range. Plus, I have what helmet is that? I have that one helmet that gives you an extra 4th shot.
Acleophage symbiote.
Oh man, that makes you feel great having an extra shot. Surprise! Because people think after those 3 shots, because that's what they mostly see. After those 3 shots, he's done. He doesn't have anything left, and then you shoot another time. Sorry to break it to you guys.
I like that's one of the rare helms or rare exotics that match your shader. That's a very annoying inconsistency with most exotics, is that some of them are just that color no matter what.
That's true.
What.
Very true.
Where? I am not finding the.
It's okay. We can move on. You're on Xbox One anyways. I won't have to worry about playing versus you. Not for a while. Oh, it looks like we lost him. All right.
I'll find out for him.
I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to a member of the Destiny community. His name is Hegemony. So recently, and by recently I mean up until this point, I was having a really great time just hopping into random people's games. And by random people, I mean people who are on my friends list who have that little thing next to their name that says "Go ahead and hop in." And I had been enjoying that, and I have had successful runs where I just hop in for 20 minutes and everything's cool, and we dance at the end. Well, I saw he was doing. I'm pretty certain it was the heroic. It was either the heroic or it was the nightfall. And I saw that he was playing it, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll hop in and I'll help him out. Like We'll take it down together, and it will be awesome. And I jumped in like right before they hand out the goodies at the very end, and I'm pretty certain that I took some of his strange coins. Like it said, he got 6 and I got 3, and I'm pretty certain that he was supposed to get 9 for doing what he did. And then I don't know, I didn't jump down and dance with him because I was really worried that he was mad at me because I would be mad at me too. So
He was probably doing a different difficulty level than the max, and you had already done one of the levels, because if he got 6 and you got 3, that means you did the lower level to get 3 already, and you can only get a maximum of 3. Or maybe he already ran a lower one with somebody and was doing the 9 to get his 6, and you already did 6 and you were getting that 9 cap, so you got 3 more. You didn't take any, but you get capped at 9, so however you do it, 9's the max you get.
Okay, so you're certain that I didn't take any from him though?
Certain.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all separate. All loot is separate.
Okay, good.
So-
Well then,
For the weekly strike, you get 9 coins total, no matter how you complete it. If you complete it only on hardest mode once, you get all 9 of the coins. If you went back and did it on easy, then you wouldn't get any coins because you've already earned those 3 by completing on hard. Whereas if you do it on the easy mode first, you get 3 of your coins, then go do it on hard and you get 6 more.
gotcha. Well, in any case, Hegemony, I'm sorry. I haven't jumped into anybody else's games since. Like I can't do it. I don't want to be the person that, upsets this fine balance. Like, I don't know. so sorry about that.
I had one of my
Sure.
buddies. I had a buddy jump into the heroic story mission, killed the last enemy because that's when he zoned in, and he got a freaking legendary engram and 2 shards, and I got a blue and 2 energy. I was so mad because all he did was kill one guy, but he got all the rewards.
Oh man, yeah, that's a problem. So, do you think that he took your legendary and your shards? Like, do you think that you would have been handed those? Like, I'm curious to know these things. Like when is an engram decided what that engram is? Is it when you shoot the bad guy and it drops, like it's already purple, it's already going to be whatever it is, we just don't know what it is, or is it not decided until you turn it in? And are there other outside factors that could, influence what is on the inside? Like if you do it on an odd minute or an odd hour, or on a certain day, like I'm curious to know these things. It probably will only serve to distract me because I will be worried about that.
Well, I can put your mind at ease. It's when you turn it in.
It is when you turn it in?
Well, otherwise you couldn't transfer your engram over to a different class and then get their class items. Those type of items. Like, if you trade over an engram that's a body engram, it's going to be whatever class that decrypts it.
Interesting.
Exactly.
That's really interesting. I did not know that. That's really cool. So do you think that level has anything to do with it as well, or no?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's guaranteed.
Interesting.
Because
So
everyone found that you could start leveling a character, save all the engrams for level 20, and any blue engrams turn into ones with light usually.
Oh man.
Or they had a chance to, because it ranges from like level 16
Right.
to 20. So
Oh, and then it all goes off of your Cryptarch level, right?
So,
no,
I
I don't know if Cryptarch level matters, honestly,
No,
because I still get level 16 stuff from my engrams, even though he's probably like level 20 now.
Crazy.
the Cryptarch's just to earn packages from him, just so you're working towards something with him.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's really good to know. Thank you, Jez. That's like 3 things on this show that you've already pointed out. That's really helpful.
Something that I don't understand about those packages: for getting a rank up, you get a package that, when opened, gives you rep, that gives you engrams to turn in to get more rep.
Just working towards that goal, man. And I feel kind of bad for those guys who took part in the loot game. because they missed out on a whole bunch of good, legitimate packages that they could have had.
Interesting thought.
Good, legitimate blues.
Hey, those packages I have every single purple package that I got has given me a purple weapon or purple gear. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Seriously?
Yeah, lucky. Yeah, seriously. Every time I got a purple from the postmaster, it always came out as a legendary item. Never
oh my
failed.
God. So what are you doing differently?
Not doing the loot cave.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but do you mean the package itself, purple being turned into purple engrams, or do you mean purple engrams turning into...
The purple package that I get from the postmaster turns into a purple engram, and that purple engram turns into a purple gear.
Man,
Yeah,
you are
usually
You're
are
so
like us.
freaking lucky. Oh
You are
my
so
gosh.
lucky.
Oh, so lucky. So lucky. Yeah,
So few of those packages ever give legendary engrams for me now. It's 2 blue all the time.
right. That's what I've been getting too.
Well, for
and
me,
since-
most of my purples turn into Ascendant Energy or
Oh, that
Ascendant
too.
Shards
Purple stuff,
so
right?
often. Yeah, but I'd prefer to have gear or a weapon.
Come on.
I currently have 101 Ascendant Energy that I don't know where I'm going to put it.
Since the patch, I've had 5 different blue engrams turn into legendary items for me.
Aw, who's lucky now?
right.
Yeah, and that
That's
hasn't
never
happened
happened to
yet.
me.
Some boots, a zombie apocalypse. I don't remember offhand what the other things were, but I had 5 different blues turned into legendary items.
You know, speaking of super freaking lucky, and this is a tad off topic, but it's going back to the raid. A buddy of mine from work has this hardcore raid group that they always run, and they've just brought in a fresh 26. You know, brand new guy playing Destiny for the first time. He just got to 26. Brought him in for the raid, and he manages to get 3 different raid gear pieces on that first run of the raid that they freaking got.
Yeah, that's insanity.
That's crazy.
That same thing just happened this last Saturday in my raid group. A friend of mine, from even older friend than Preston and Tanner, he showed up with his level 27. He got 2 pieces of raid gear and also that.
Epilogue.
Did he get the epilogue? I thought he got the.
I'm almost certain he pulled epilogue from Atheon. Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, first time through, like I don't know how this RN Jesus,
Oh, and he got the
worked.
armband. He got the Warlock bond too.
And he got not the Warlock bond. It was the he got the Titan mark is what he got.
Golly.
But seriously, yeah, first time through, first time even trying the Vault of Glass, under-leveled in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
27
you're
is-
right,
is
under-leveled.
rough. But I don't know. He actually even made it across that jumping puzzle on his first try. But
Yeah.
like it's insane. Like I don't know. I was really happy to have him along. I actually got 1 piece of raid gear, which I'm happy with. Like if I could get 1 piece of raid gear every time I went through, I would be doing a lot better than a lot of the people on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I have to say,
feel
when
you.
I did the Vault of Glass on my Titan the first time, I already had an exotic helm, and I got boots, chest, and arms that run. Then the next week I was 30 because I got everything, and that's the week I got Mythoclast, and then I got Mythoclast the next week, and then it finally broke the streak the week after when I didn't get a Mythoclast.
Oh no, I got 2 Mythoclasts. That's what I'm hearing, right?
Well, see, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I know a streamer, Professor Broman. He's run the raid a total of 22 times and has gotten 2 pieces of raid gear.
Ouch.
I think Dado said that he took like 15.
What, it took 15 for him to get the whole set?
Yeah.
Yeah, Broman. We now call it Broman runs when we don't get anything but shards and a weapon. Maybe he's gotten almost every weapon from Atheon, but between 3 characters and 22 runs, he's gotten 2 pieces of raid gear. That's all.
That's crazy.
And, this whole loot system thing, I can understand why people are upset about it and might feel the shaft on it, but they really shouldn't get too uptight about it. Just play the game. If you're enjoying playing the game, you're going to have a good time, and it'll eventually go your...
I like it. I like it. And on that note, that is the end of our show. Shout-outs. Agrios and Dendros.
Go Destiny.
Go Destiny. I'm with it. I'm with it. Jez. Jez is no longer with us.
Oh, sorry, muted. I said shout out to Suffix Prime for being the machine god that he is.
I like it. I like it. Crimson Warlock.
I don't have any shout-outs, really, except for a personal triumph for us. My son is sleeping by himself when we put him in his crib. 8 hours of sleep is so glorious.
Wow.
Congratulations, man. That is tough.
Right? That sounds really nice. 8 hours of sleep sounds really nice.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
River.
Just a shout out to all those who are listening to the podcast. Don't forget to support Extra Life. Again, go to extra-life.org. Search for the Destiny community, and be sure to donate so that we can help support Seattle's Children's Hospital. We're at $7,667, and the 24-hour live stream starts this Saturday.
Awesome. I would like to thank everyone listening for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to feedback@guardian1.net, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Peace.